So welcome to my channel. This video I'm going to do a review of my experience thus far with the drug Wellbutrin XL. It's going to be a 1 month review at 300 milligrams per day. So my first month I was on 300 milligrams of Wellbutrin XL, and by the end of that month I was feeling pretty good. As a matter of fact, even in the first week I was bedridden, I was tired, I had no hope. Within 2 or 3 days of being on Wellbutrin, I was up out of bed, walking around. I'm really grateful for this drug, or this medicine. So here's the key. My first month, I was on Wellbutrin XL in the hospital, in the psych unit, feeling the worst of the worst. I was on the brand name Wellbutrin. By the end of that month, I felt somewhat normal. I felt like attending the groups. I felt like talking about my experiences. I felt like doing art class, which is very odd for me. I felt like sitting down at the table and doing a Sudoku and a crossword, and I felt like talking to people. I did not feel like I did when I went in there. When I went in there, I was laying in bed for probably a month straight at home in complete depression. I didn't even feel like a normal person. I thought, what is the point? Can somebody please explain the point of life to me? Like, I just thought going to work, making my lunch, cooking dinner, keeping up a conversation with friends. I looked at that and I was like, wow. I truly envy those people, and I don't think there's anything that they're going to be able to give me to help with that feeling. I was hopeless, pointless, depressed, agitated, despair. Just all the challenges. I just thought, this is not possible. But anyways, I went to the hospital. I laid there for 2 weeks. My psychiatrist came in, says, no, you're on the right medication. You'll just have to adjust to it, and that's going to be it. Well, unbeknownst to me, I had a new psychiatrist come in a week later. And this lady knew what she was talking about right away. She says, nope, cancel this, cancel that. I was on Effexor and Seroquel, and those were my two main drugs, Effexor and Seroquel. And I was taking the shot of Invega Sustenna because they thought I was crazy for a while there. But so what I was doing was I was taking olanzapine, Seroquel, and Invega Sustenna. Those are my 3 drugs. I was bedridden 24/7, 365, no hope. Begged my way into the emergency, into the psych. Second week, new psychiatrist came in, crossed all that off right away, and says, no, I'm putting you on Wellbutrin, and I'm putting you on mirtazapine. And I was like, oh, thank God, finally I got a doctor that's gonna listen to me at least. So I sat there, and the next day on this Wellbutrin XL, I felt like a new person. I was up out of my bed. I've been in bed for a month. I was walking around. I was like, oh my God, this is like a miracle. I felt the weight come off my head. It was just bogging me down. I felt decent, and I went from 150 up to 300 milligrams within about a week. About a week after that, I was discharged from the hospital. Wellbutrin XL was my prescription. Now, when I went to the pharmacy, they gave me Bupropion XL, the generic. And since then, I've done some research, and I would just recommend wholeheartedly, if you do get on the Wellbutrin, go with the Wellbutrin XL. Ask for the brand name, because the generic, I've read in certain studies, is about half as effective. And I believe it, because I took that generic for the first month I was out of the hospital, and I started to slip back into that old depression right away. I still was better than I was before, but I was like, no, this is like, something's not working for me. So I sat there, and the only thing I could think was, well, fuck, I got the generic. I gotta get the brand name. So the next time I seen the psychiatrist, I went back to the brand name. And actually, I went from 300 on the generic to 450 of the brand name. And that's been a week. And I haven't felt super depressed. I felt like doing stuff. Felt more energized. Felt like the black cloud had been lifted. Felt like my focus was better. At the 450 of the Wellbutrin. So my biggest thing with the Wellbutrin is like night and day. 100% brand name, and I don't know what your dose or anything would be. Mine was at 300, it got bumped up to 450, but I can tell I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to have more energy, for example. There's a bit of hope. There's light at the end of this dark, dark tunnel. And, you know, the depression, the ADHD, and the inability to think is being lifted. Now I can remember things. I could sit here and make this video and remember what I'm talking about. So yes, my experience, 1 week into 450 milligrams and 1 month on Wellbutrin XL brand name and 1 month on Bupropion XL Generic. Now 1 week on 450 milligrams. I highly recommend this drug because it's working. It's giving me the ability to sit here and even make this video. I don't want to just lay in bed and die. So I hope this video helps for people thinking about starting Wellbutrin, or they have. But the first thing I noticed was the energy. Like, I was bedridden for a month, and within 2 days I didn't even want to look at my bed. So the energy and the focus to read or to watch a TV show has increased dramatically. So I'm grateful for this, and I'm grateful for this new psychiatrist, because if it wasn't for her, I don't think I'd even want to be living, because it's so brutal. But now I'm dressed, I'm shaved, I'm starting to come out of this, and I will do another update soon on how this 450's been going for me, and etc. But right now, I feel it's positive in my life. So thank you for listening to my experience on Wellbutrin this far. God bless. Amen.